Hello, welcome to Abiding Life Studios. I'm Noah Wells. Today I have with me Shay Wells.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. You're right. I guess I don't really need to announce that.
No, I like it.
All right. Well, this will be a quick podcast. I just had these kind of things floating in my head and I got to get them out.
Yeah,
So I'm going to say them.
I love it.
Okay. So, what I've been thinking recently and what's helped me in my journey with God is giving everything to Him, giving Him all sin,
Hmm.
all my struggles, like everything. And I know that sounds kind of wild and, maybe a little nuts, but
A little scary.
yeah, and a little scary for sure. It took me some time to actually do it.
Hmm.
But I'm telling you right now, it was probably the best decision I ever made in my entire life was to give it to God. I lived my life trying my hardest to do it myself,
Yeah.
or kind of half-heartedly say, God, will you help me here? But still trying to do it on my own, right?
Hmm.
And I think it's kind of a trap, right? We get into this way of, at least for me, I would say, I'm going to try to take care of my sin or my struggles myself because I care so much about God,
Hmm.
right? I'm actually showing that I have a good heart. And I think that's how a lot of us are. We're showing that we actually all have really good hearts. It's just we're kind of putting the energy in the wrong place. Instead of just going, Jesus, will you take this?
Hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, when you do that, if you can actually bring yourself to doing it,
Hmm.
just the understanding of, okay, I'm giving this to you, Jesus, but you don't, but understand he's not going to take it away right away.
Right.
If he does take it away, amen. Mine took 10 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that was like me still struggling in that and beating myself up and shaming myself and you name it, I did it, right?
Hmm.
Suicidal thoughts, all that stuff going down that train. But
During those 10 months.
yeah, during those 10 months, yeah.
So then what does it look like to give something to God? And what do you do in the waiting?
For me, well, this is where the trust comes in.
Yeah.
You have to, one, give him this
Hmm.
problem in your life.
Your marriage, your kids, relationships, struggle, like
Yeah,
whatever it
whatever. Yeah,
is.
addiction stuff,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Okay.
You give him it to him and say, "Here, take this. I'm tired and sick of carrying it."
Yeah.
Which is funny because he never asked us to,
Right.
right? But
Yeah.
we think he did. It's like, no, I got to do this for him.
Mhm.
No, give it to him.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. So during those times, at least for me, I would just remind myself because those you still have the problem.
Right.
It still comes up every day, and I'm like, no, I already gave that to God.
Hmm.
I don't have to do it again. It's like
Hmm.
that thing where I'm sure most of us have done this, where we accept Christ,
Yeah.
and then you go, well, I didn't really feel a big change,
Yeah.
so maybe I said it wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll say it this way. Oh, still don't feel a change, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yet again, you have to trust that, hey, he is going to take care of this.
Hmm.
And I think that's where the human part comes in of like the frustration
Hmm.
of going, I gave this to him, he didn't take it away. So now I do have to do it. I do have to try to remove it because I prayed this and he didn't take it away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how I lived for years and years of my life. Like you'd give him something and then nothing would happen. Then I would do everything in my power of getting in his way
Yeah.
of trying to change something. And he knows exactly what we need for how long we need it
Yeah.
and when it needs to be, let's just say it, pruned,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Completely removed from us. So in those 10, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay. In those 10 months, I'm trying to think, it was kind of crazy because he was actually allowing me to still struggle with it.
Hmm.
And he was allowing me to kind of just live.
Hmm.
But during the time, he kept showing me little things. And, I gave it to him. So, like, well, I don't know how long it's been now. It's probably been almost a year, but I gave it to him first and said, here, you take it. If you don't like it, you change it.
Hmm. Yeah, you
Right?
came to the end of it.
I came to the end
You
of it.
came to
Yes.
then we're like, God, I can't keep doing this.
Yes.
This is yours. if it needs to not be in my life, you remove it because I can't keep trying to remove it myself. I
Correct.
can't keep trying to fix this myself.
Yes.
So this is yours. And I'm pretty sure you blatantly told God, if you want to remove it, you do it. I'm just going to keep living my life.
Yeah. I said, I'm going to keep living this sin because
Yeah.
I can't,
I can't keep fighting.
I've tried millions of things to get rid of it and I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to just live it. And I know that probably to some might sound that's disrespectful to God.
Counterproductive.
Yeah. Or maybe counterproductive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you have a relationship with God,
Hmm.
you can talk to him that way. I
Yeah.
think you can talk to him that way anyways, even if you don't, but you can just be honest and
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm giving this to you. And if you don't like it, you change it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'll be honest, I didn't think anything would ever change.
Yeah.
I thought I'd still be struggling with this, when I'm 80 years old.
So you went into it with doubt, not full,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
not full reassurance that I know if I give this to him,
Yeah.
because that's what you hear, right? If you give it to God, it's going to magically go away, especially the second it happens. And then you feel like, just like you were saying, maybe I didn't give it to him right. Maybe I didn't say the
Hmm.
right words. But you're saying you gave it to God, and even in doubt of like, he may not fix this right now, you
Hmm.
were just so done. You would come to your end of, hey, God, this is now yours.
Hmm.
You choose if you want it removed from my life or not.
Correct.
I'm gonna keep living, and every time the doubt creeps in, or the pain or the struggle
Shame.
or the shame
Shame is
or
brutal.
or the guilt, you go, God, I gave that to you.
Hmm.
So I don't need to
Yeah,
carry
it's
the
kind of
guilt, the
just,
shame. It's yours.
yeah, just kind of talking back to that lie whenever it popped in my head, like,
Yeah.
oh, God's not going to do anything for you. And it's like, no, I gave it to him.
Yeah, you took off
So I'll let
the
him deal with
you took
that,
off
not
those
me.
canvases or that backpack, and you
Hmm.
you laid it at Jesus's feet, and you said,
Yes.
these are now yours.
Yes, absolutely.
And you may think about it, but they're yours.
Yeah, because you're still, even if you're still going through the struggle of it,
Hmm.
it's still in your mind. And it's like, of course, you have all those doubts in your mind. Everyone has them.
Hmm.
And you go, no, I'm going to talk back to that. And I gave that to God already. So
Yeah.
I'll let him deal with it when he wants to. And honestly, yeah, like you're saying, I didn't have full trust
Yeah.
that he was going to even do it.
Hmm.
I was just like, I'm going to give this to you because I am so tired of wearing it.
Yeah.
It's just like, when it's like on, it's a pin or whatever you want to do, it's all in front of your eyes. Or,
Hmm.
I think it's like what my dad used to say, where it's like in one hand, they got the problem, the other hand, Jesus, it's whatever one you put in front of you is your focus,
Yeah, you
right?
shift your focus from your struggle to
Hmm.
Jesus, and the
Yeah.
struggle stayed there. He didn't remove
No,
it
he didn't keep that.
instantly,
Yeah.
but you changed your focus
Yeah.
to Jesus.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say like once I gave it to him too, he started teaching me little things in the months before he took it away was, he gave me this idea of surrendering. And I was like, I've never really thought of that word surrender. So I was driving and he was like, are you going to surrender this to me? And I'm like, oh, what do you mean by surrender? Because I'm still, even though I gave it to him then, I was still holding on to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? I hadn't fully like put up the white flag or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
just like, hey, I can't do this.
right.
And then I realized I didn't want to. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, there is a problem here. I'm so happy he brought that to my attention because I don't want to give it to him.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I want to give it to him? Oh, because it's my precious. It's my thing. How am I going to live life without it?
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that goes in your mind of like, I'm so used to living life and getting through hard times with this certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
this cope,
Mm-hmm.
that if God takes that away, because in our minds we think big bad wolf God is going to take something from us, and then we're not going
Yeah.
to be able to survive,
Yeah.
right? So I thought, man, if he takes that away from me, how will I actually survive when something goes wrong in our marriage, something
Mm-hmm.
goes wrong with the kids, something goes wrong,
Yeah.
just
What are you
like,
gonna do?
yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? Because I don't have that to fall on. Well,
Yeah.
what he's teaching you is to fall on him,
Right.
right? And it is hard. It is like, it is amazing how long he lets you hold on to something
Mm.
and just goes, all right, you do it your way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done? Okay. Oh, you sure you're done?
Yeah.
You're still kind of holding on
Be
to that a
patient.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love how patient he is with us. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But then, so then I was like, okay, I surrender this to you. I don't know why I needed to say it that way. And I think
Okay.
everyone's going to be different
Yeah.
because every relationship looks different with God. So who knows what words he'll have you say to fully give it off, fully get it off you. And so like during that time too, and I'll wrap this up here in a minute, but to fully like while he was teaching me, I was so convinced. I think I just lived my whole, and when I look back, I think I lived my whole life thinking he was beating me up.
Hmm.
Like you always hear people say, "Oh, you're going through this because he's trying to show you something," or
Right. He always had a magnifying glass on
yeah, or
people.
yeah, he's trying to
Yeah.
teach you something. So,
Hmm.
you're going through it, but yeah, he's going to try to teach you something.
Hmm.
And that honestly isn't very encouraging.
Yeah.
At least it isn't was never for me,
Yeah.
because it just made me think, well, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Then because why? And then you go to compare, right? Then you start comparing with other believers, and you're like, they're not struggling like I am.
Yeah.
So
Why do
why
I
do
have to
I
go through
have to? Yeah,
this?
why do I have to go
Yeah.
through this? Oh, because he dislikes me that much. And
Hmm.
that's where, you start twisting the truth,
Yeah.
right, of who our God actually is. And so I think it was so important, at least, I mean, this changed my whole view on God when he brought that scripture to me. And I'm telling you guys, I don't run to my Bible when something is going on. Or if I want to talk to God, I don't run to my Bible to read it. If
Hmm.
you do that, fine, I don't care. That's your journey. My
Yeah.
journey was always I go to him instead. I don't go to the Bible because with my dyslexia, it just doesn't make sense to me. When I'm reading it,
Hmm.
I can read it like 5 times and I'm like, I'm so confused
Yeah.
because who knows if those words are even right because my dyslexic brain
Yeah.
picks different
Yeah.
letters out of the whole thing and makes a word. So it's like, this doesn't seem right. So it really
Right.
confuses me,
Yeah.
right? So I always just go to him.
Yeah.
So when he's brought me Bible scriptures, I think 3 times in my life. One of them was when he was calling me into ministry, and I kept saying no to him.
Yeah.
And then this time he brought it to me, and it was like the perfect timing because at this time I remember sitting in the shower going, God hates me.
Mhm.
Like, and I was even asking him, why do you hate me so much? I don't understand why I have to always like going through hard
Yeah. Why
times.
do I always have to be the one
Yeah.
that learns all of the lessons?
Yeah.
Can I
Like,
just enjoy?
again, I just enjoy life for
Yeah.
a second. And so, while I was beating myself up, he's like, then that's when he brought me to that scripture of, God doesn't throw stones. I don't know if anyone's watched that other podcast, but it was just the scripture. I don't even know what it is. What is it? I think it's in
John
John,
8,
right?
7.
Okay, 8:7. So, he just says, hey, you remember that scripture where the Jesus comes up to that crowd of people and they're about to stone that woman? I'm like, yeah, who cares? At that point, I was so like over it,
Yeah.
right? It's like, who cares about that story? You know how many times I've heard that story?
Hmm.
Okay, great, man. That was awesome. That's how I was talking to him.
Comforting.
Yeah, that's why it's so nice that he has that patience with me
Yeah.
instead of just killing me right there,
Yeah.
you know? But it's like, no, do you understand that God or that Jesus was the only one who had full rights to throw a stone?
Mm.
And man, I'm telling you right then, just like light bulb, whatever you want to call it, getting struck by lightning. I don't know. I just was like, okay, this is my God.
Mhm.
So, oh man. And then it just like hit me again, like, oh man, I've been throwing stones at myself. The
Mhm.
enemy, the bully, whatever you want to call him, the butcher,
Yeah.
has been throwing stones at me. And I'm thinking it's God.
Yeah.
But God does not do that. And I mean, it just like, I just started going through my whole life and I'm like, oh man, this whole time I thought he was throwing stones at me because
Mhm.
he disliked me, because he made a mistake on me,
Yeah.
because I wasn't enough.
Mm.
All these, oh man, all these lies just hit me at once and it was just like, I had no choice but to bawl my eyes out.
Yeah.
But it was just so beautiful because I was like, now I have even something bigger. Whenever those thoughts come into my head, whenever I'm starting to beat myself up,
Mhm.
or, oh, God really didn't heal that of you.
Mhm.
Who am I listening to right now?
Yeah.
Who is throwing stones at me right now?
Mhm.
Myself and probably the butcher.
Yeah.
The butcher says something very easily, or the bully says something very easy. And then I just start tossing stones quick on
Yeah.
myself, right? And God's just sitting there like, just come to
Just,
me. Yeah, just stop. I love you.
yeah.
So I just really wanted to share that again. I've been talking to people, and every time I talk to them and they're coming to me with their struggles, I have no choice but to say, give it to God.
Mm-hmm.
And it is wild how many people say, I just don't think I can do
Yeah, I
that.
don't think I can. It's scary.
It is scary. And it's like, okay, then at least just ask God, how can I
Mm-hmm.
finally give this to you?
Yeah.
You know? Or, it's just like, hey, God, I don't trust you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think you hate me,
Yeah.
but I'm going to give you this thing and let's see what you do with it,
Yeah.
you know? And I really do believe it's God's job
Mm-hmm.
to get us to trust him
Yeah.
because, I mean, I can listen to tons of pastors tell me to trust him. I'm not going to trust him
Mm-hmm.
because he hasn't shown that in my own life or other people around me haven't shown that.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, oh, and other Christians. So you're like, oh, then if you're a part of God and you're not trustworthy, then that says a lot.
Yeah.
But God is love.
Mm-hmm.
God is different than us humans.
Yeah.
Thank goodness,
Yeah.
right? Anything else?
I just have one question.
Yes, go ahead.
So I know we've been talking to a lot of married couples,
Hmm.
and when you're in complete despair in your marriage and you're kind of you come to that end that you're unsure what to do. And so you give God your marriage,
Hmm.
right? Like, God, this is yours because
Hmm.
we've tried everything. We've
Hmm.
read all the books. We've tried marriage counseling. We've done everything, but we are
Self-help,
now
yeah.
at the end.
Hmm.
So, God, this is yours. You fix it.
Hmm.
But then what do you do in that time? Because as we know, when we give something to God, it's not this instant, He's not a magical genie that we say, okay, God, we've come to our end. Our marriage is ending.
Hmm.
This is yours. You soften my husband's heart. You help me to love him or help him to love me in my unworthy, unlovable moments. And, our marriage is full of anger and resentment and so many walls of pain. And, we're throwing stones at each other all the time, but God, this is yours.
Hmm.
You fix our marriage. But then what do they do in the waiting?
Is that your question?
That's my question.
Okay.
What do you do in the waiting, especially when I feel like when it's you and it's your struggle, it does affect everybody. It affects your wife or your husband. It affects your kids. I can tell you firsthand that since March,
Hmm.
our marriage has been completely different. Our family has been completely
Hmm.
different. The way that you lead the ministry has been different. The way you lead our marriage has been different. But that was a you and God thing. And although that affected all of us and
Hmm.
has affected us positively as God has worked in your life, but when it's a marriage, you have two people trying to make it work together. I feel like that's difficult to say, okay, we're gonna allow God to heal our marriage, but what do we do in the meantime? Because I
Hmm.
don't like you and you don't like me and there's pain, but we know we want to continue together. What do you do while you're waiting, especially in a marriage?
Okay. I would say the first thing you would do is pray to God and say, how can I love my mate, even just 1%?
Mm-hmm.
You and I have had to do that
Oh
before.
yeah.
And
We spent a whole year not loving each other.
yeah, but every year, every day, I felt like he gave me a percent
Yeah.
towards you.
Yeah,
And it was
but it
like,
took
oh,
that full year
oh
to
yeah,
finally get
absolutely.
to it was
Yeah.
like a small percentage every day for a full year
Yeah.
until we could forgive each other.
Yeah. I think once, if you can do it, I know it's hard to do, but it's like, you have a pen and you just throw it in the corner of a room and it's like, okay, okay, great. There's a pin there. You probably don't even recognize it most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? But say the pin is your marriage and it's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you bring the pin closer and closer to you, you're like, oh, that is more of a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I am looking at that more. I'm looking at that more. Well, what happens is both of you end up putting it in front of your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's all you see is I mean,
It's
we've
your
done it.
crappy marriage.
Yeah, and it might not even be that bad, but you nitpick
Yeah.
everything that person does. Oh, you're eating too loud,
Yeah.
or you drive terribly.
Yeah.
You never think of that stuff when you guys are doing well.
No.
That never even crosses your mind because you're doing well.
Yeah.
But as soon as you guys start bugging each other, and it's like, oh, I really don't like this person. And that is a trap, right? Because then we get this, and that is all you see.
Yeah.
And then you make a mistake of telling your friends, telling your family what kind of person this is. Oh, you think he's nice? This is what he does.
Yeah,
Or
turn
this
the
is what she
group
does.
to be on your side
Yeah.
of how not great
And
things are.
your friends and family love you.
Yeah.
So of course they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, what a loser. You should get rid of him."
Yeah.
Right? So I try to discourage that as much as you possibly can
Mhm.
and just go, God, how can I love my mate? Or how can I even love the Jesus was in my mate?
Mhm.
Can I serve Jesus that's inside my mate?
Mhm.
You know? And that's it kind of it just you just want to have a little shift, right? You
A
just want to
focus
yeah, a
shift.
little focus shift. Like instead of having this here, okay, us as a couple, we
Mhm.
have now given this pin to God. We have given
Mhm.
this problem now to God.
Mhm.
So now where does it go? It goes in that corner again.
Yeah.
It gets tossed over there. But while we're doing that, let's seek God.
Mhm.
And I think it's important to seek God individually.
Mhm.
And I think it's great to seek God together.
Yeah.
I know that's scary to like pray together, but even if you just sit together and go, Jesus, thank you for this day.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be
Great.
anything crazy because I agree, whether it's individual or in your marriage or the relationship with your child or the relationship with a parent or your friend or your coworker, whatever it is, you know it sucks.
Yes.
It
Yes.
has been, you know that whatever your struggle is sucks.
Hmm.
Your marriage isn't great. Your relationship with your kids isn't great. Your relationship with yourself isn't great.
Hmm.
You're in a position of constantly tearing yourself down. You can't even look yourself in the mirror because you hate that person so much. That is well known.
Hmm.
Your mate knows if you're not happy in your marriage.
Hmm.
Everybody know you know your problem. God knows the problem. But when you focus on that, that's all right. Like what you
Hmm.
focus on gets you.
Yeah,
If you
exactly. It's a
constantly are
true
talking
statement.
about how terrible your marriage is, that is your focus. You know your marriage sucks. You know that relationship sucks. So put it over there and seek God,
Hmm.
right? Like,
Yeah, and
and like you
when
said, individually and together, because
hmm
there have been times where I was in a place where I wasn't trusting God, but we could talk about it in our relationship.
hmm
We were on different paths with Jesus.
hmm
But we could talk about it and we could seek him in a way of there were times where I feel like you were seeking God for me
hmm
because I didn't know what to do. But then we could kind of come together in that and
hmm
lead each other in those ways. And
Yep.
it takes the focus off of the problem
Hmm.
and onto Jesus, even though he's not going to just heal it and take it away right now.
Yeah.
And he might. I mean, he's a big God that can do some
Yeah,
amazing
he
things.
knows when to prune it, so
But I feel like he takes pleasure in that journey with us.
well, he really wants to teach us.
Yeah,
So
and
we don't
so
slip back.
we can say, okay, God, this is yours. Yours. Our marriage is yours. This relationship, this problem, this struggle, this addiction, our finances, this, raising kids doesn't come with a manual. I don't know what I'm doing,
Hmm.
but it's yours and I'm going to seek you until you decide what that looks like. And it's just that shift of focus that I think is the healing pieces.
Yeah, and all we're saying is give it to the one
Hmm.
that can actually change it.
And then move
And
forward.
the one is Jesus.
Yeah. And then move forward
Yeah.
because it's easy to stay stuck and go, okay, God, this marriage is yours.
Mhm.
Well, I've been telling him it's yours. Well, your spouse still feels unloved and all, there's just no moving forward.
Hmm.
It's Jesus, this is yours. Help me to love my mate a little bit each day. And you'll start seeing ways that you can love that person.
Hmm.
You'll start seeing ways, it may not be instant, but you might start seeing, oh, I had an idea to buy some flowers while I was at the store.
Yeah.
I had an idea to write a little note.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
had
little
an idea to
note,
go
yeah.
on a walk with my spouse or to sit a little closer on those on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Those little things are what move your marriage forward. It's those
Mm-hmm.
little tiny tasks that move your marriage or a
Yeah.
relationship or just things in your own life. I know, and I know we'll wrap this up, but when you were going through these months after you gave this to God, you started seeing God in other little places of your life, like the
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't throw stones. You started seeing these little things because the addiction wasn't your focus. That wasn't right there in front of your face. So then you started seeing God in a different little
Mm-hmm.
light each
Yeah,
day, which is so awesome.
exactly. Even if you take the pen and only put it on one eye.
A little sin eye patch,
Yeah, I mean, just anything
a
to kind of
struggle
get that
marriage,
removed.
an
Yes.
addiction, a marriage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you
Thank you for
get
bringing this up today.
if you get anything out of this,
Hmm.
give it to God.
Yep.
That is the main goal is anything you're dealing with,
Hmm.
give it to God.
Even if you don't fully know or trust what he's going to do with it.
Hmm. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Thanks
So,
for bringing this up today, though. I really appreciate it. I know this has been bouncing around in your heart for a while, and I know God's really given you a passion for this topic because of what he's done in your life. And just to once again reiterate, it's incredible what happens specifically in a family when a man deals with his stuff.
hmm
When a man goes to the feet of Jesus and says, I can't keep doing this, the way it specifically changes the heart of your home
hmm
is wild to see. So if you're a man and you're listening to this, or if you're a wife, maybe slide it into, hey, let's listen to this while we're cooking dinner or something, because I will just say what happens when a man chooses to lay his struggles at the feet of Jesus is so impactful in an
hmm
entire family. And I've heard that for a long time, but I didn't see the impact
hmm
until the last year and a half, and watching God move in you has changed our family in ways I didn't
hmm
expect or know.
Yeah.
So thank you for laying it at the feet of Jesus.
Well, he loves contrast.
He really does.
So now you know the contrast.
Sure do.
When I don't lay it at his feet and when I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
All right. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
everybody
You
listening.
can do it.
And we'll do one again soon.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.